I started my career in the military in 1972, then went to Vietnam and came home. After my service, 3.5 years that I was in, I moved back to Oshkosh, Wisconsin, where I was from, and started my family and went to school. After school, I didn't really use my schooling. I went into the construction business and worked on as a laborer installing furniture in new hotels and remodeled hotels. After doing that for 6 months, I was approached to start my own business to do that. And so I started that. I came to Texas about 26 years ago and built 2 hotels in Temple, Texas, and met my wonderful wife, who I've been married with over 20 years. And we were married in Seattle, Washington. And when I got married, I also got 2 beautiful daughters, Beth and Rhonda, and now I have 4 grandchildren. So I continued to stay in construction and had my own company and branched out. And we went to Florida, and then for 2 months, we ended up being there for a year. Came home, and then when Hurricane Katrina happened, I went over to New Orleans. A friend of mine called me and asked me to come over there to help him with some stuff. Got involved with the restoration end after natural disasters and continued that and grew my company bigger. Unfortunately, with that came a lot of extra work, a lot of stress, and not taking care of myself physically, and I ended up having 4 strokes. After my 4th stroke, I was pretty depressed because I knew I wasn't going to be able to go back into my business, and I didn't feel that I could support my family. So I went to a job fair at the VA, and I was told about one job, and I was told about teleperformance. Well, I went and interviewed for the other job because it was in Temple, and I was told that with my inexperience and me being a company owner, that I wouldn't be a good fit with that company. And so that made me even get more depressed. And I didn't know what I was going to do. So I talked to my wife, and we talked about how comfortable I was and how wonderful the people at Goodwill were.
Mr. Gross originally enrolled in Operation Good Jobs in 2014. After being disconnected for some time, Mr. Gross reached out to me because he was becoming very discouraged in his job search. After suffering 4 strokes, he was unable to handle the physical demands of his construction business, and he needed a work industry that would work better with his new physical limitations. Because Mr. Gross had a lot of experience in technology while serving in the Army, I knew he was a great candidate for our Google IT scholarship, so I referred him directly to Jury Anderson.
When I met with Mr. Gross, we discussed his interest in the information technology field and experience in customer service. We felt this would be a great fit for the Google IT Support Professional Certificate Program. After enrolling him into the program, Mr. Gross got started right away in his training and advanced in his modules. During this time, I looked for job leads in the area that I felt he'd be best qualified for call centers or IT information. After sending those job leads to Mr. Gross, we invited him to the center to do application assistance and resume building at the Temple Job Connection. At the beginning, Mr. Gross was unsure and a little nervous, but after speaking with him, he seemed very confident and very professional. We both encouraged him to take that confidence with him into the interview, and I am happy to say he did and was offered a position a few days later at Teleperformance.
I started at Teleperformance in October of 2018 and had 6 weeks of training before I went on the floor as a customer service representative. Members always want to talk to me, and they always say that I'm wonderful and make them feel comfortable and feel like they're important. When I go home every night, I feel good. Jerry calls me almost every week to see how I'm doing and to boost my confidence, and it helps a lot because I know somebody's in my corner. Since coming to Goodwill, I feel a lot better about myself. I feel that I am not a drain on society, that I'm doing something that I'm happy with. My wife tells me that I'm a happier person and that our family life is better. And I've been able to take care of myself better with this job. And so physically, I'm better. I get to spend time with my granddaughter, Viviana, who's very important to me. And so I feel that I've grown as a person, and I'm happier than I've ever been. I really love my job, and I know that working in the Google IT program, and getting a degree in that will be a huge plus for me. And I feel like going forward, I can succeed at anything I try. Receiving this award is very, very, very special to me, and I'm very grateful to Goodwill for it, because for the first time in my life, I'm getting something. Even when I graduated from high school, I was an emancipated minor, and I had nobody at my high school graduation. And then when I graduated from AIT and basic in the Army, I didn't have anybody there. So this is the first time that I ever got something for something that I accomplished and am proud of, that I'm actually gonna have my family there. And that's really, really special to me. I wanna say thank you to Jerry Anderson and Sheila Brown for all they've done for me and for their continued support and their belief in me, because I would not be where I am today without that. I really feel that there's very special people and that they made my life whole again.